Hey guys, so this is just a little project to mount a detachable fire extinguisher mount here on the factory roll bar. There's a bunch of these on Amazon, and then we'll use a hose clamp to attach the fire extinguisher to this piece, which of course you just pop this out and then your fire extinguisher will pop loose. So there's one issue with this, and this is kind of a nitpicky thing, but I'm kind of fussy on these kind of things, and that is that all of these seem to have the bolt spacing very similar to this, which I was hoping to get lucky and would line up where the factory thread inserts are here in the top. They don't, and maybe there's one out there, if you know of it, that fits that spacing. But what we've got here is factory spacing. Looks to be right at 4 inches between these two threaded inserts, and on my fire extinguisher mount I've got 5.5 inches between bolt holes center to center. So what do we do about that? Well, I've seen some guys will use one of these threaded inserts and put a screw in it, and it's a M8, and then use a hose clamp on the other end, go all the way around factory bar here. And that's okay, if that works. It's certainly practical. I just don't like that, and like I said, I'm kind of fussy about things, and what I want to do is put another threaded insert in here that's going to have the right spacing, and I can just bolt that bracket up with some M8 stainless fasteners that I found. Happen to fit the countersink on the fire extinguisher mount very nicely. So I just need to put another threaded insert. And many of you guys are probably already familiar with this, but they make a tool that comes in a kit, and it's got all these different size inserts, different sizes. This one happens to be the M8. And this tool's made by M-Quali is the brand on this. Got this off Amazon. I'll put the link below. There's other ones out there, but I've used this a couple times for a couple automotive projects. And I do like this one. And basically the idea is we drill a hole that we can fit the barrel of this in. We'll thread it on the tool, and then when we get the threaded insert into the hole, we start at this position out here on this tool with the handle down, and then as we bring the handles together, it will expand and hold that in place tightly. And this is very similar to what the factory has done here to put these threaded inserts in. I'm sure they have some big fancy production machine that does those very easily, but I'm going to do it manually and try to get a very sanitary installation without having to hose clamp around the bar. So the first step will be marking out my new hole location, get a hole drilled in there. I'll start small, graduate up in sizes, and then the final part of the process, and I don't know if this is going to work yet, we'll find out, is if I will be able to get this tool in here, do the compression it needs without taking the hardtop off. I really don't want to take the hardtop off. That's a pain in the butt, especially since I've got a roof rack and side racks and everything on the truck. So hopefully I can get this done without lifting the hardtop up. So I'm going to go ahead and mark my location, drill the hole. So this is the swaging tool kit I bought, and I did like this assortment of swage nuts. Tool seems to be pretty good quality. You can see I've got all these imperial sizes. I've got metric M4 to M12, and I've got all the swage nuts, various bags assortment of each. I've used this thing a couple times. It's worked quite well for me. So now I have the hole drilled, and my threaded insert goes right in the hole. So now I have the lower threaded insert swaged in with the tool, and ain't gonna lie, it was very difficult to do with this exact tool. Got pretty long handles on here. I don't know if they make one with a little bit shorter handles, might work better, but I did not get this swaged in there as perfectly square to the hole as I would have liked it. It's acceptable, it's going to work just fine. It's swaged in there very solidly, but just really hard fighting the hardtop here with these handles to get that swaged in. Next time would have taken the hardtop and loosened it so I can push it up at least a little bit and give some more room for these handles to work, or find a tool that's got shorter handle. But anyway, it worked out. I'm going to go ahead and mount up the fire extinguisher now. So now I have the fire extinguisher all mounted up, I'm pretty pleased with how this works. It just pops right out of there like that. Goes back in pretty easily like that. I'm happy with the clean install, and I think the mount is good and solid. It's not going to come off of there. One issue I may see is this does have some play between the two pieces of the mount. I don't know if it's going to rattle and be bothersome, but anyway, other than that, I think it would be fine. That's it for this project. If this content is helpful, please give me a like and a subscribe. I appreciate it very much. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.